There's very few people who haven't been following the defamation case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and with this case, all sorts of details were uncovered that left people shocked. Elon Musk's entanglement was one such revelation, and he had a bunch of thoughts about the news himself. Let's take a look. First up, how we got here, and the aftermath. After much legal and public scrutiny, a 7-person jury deliberated amongst one another and unanimously decided in favor of actor Johnny Depp in his defamation case against his ex-wife, Amber Heard. But what happened before the case was filed? Depp and Heard's relationship dates back more than a decade, and it looks to have developed into a toxic marriage by the time it truly ran its course. In 2016, the couple divorced. They battled in court over an op-ed that Heard wrote for the Washington Post back in 2018, in which she described surviving domestic violence, but she did this without mentioning Depp by name. Of course, it was heavily implied who the abuser was, and it didn't take long at all for Depp to see his entire career being destroyed when the news went live. Depp sued for defamation in the couple's most recent legal tussle. He was seeking $50 million in damages in this lawsuit, which was a massive sum of money which arguably Heard didn't even have to her name to begin with. However, when you put it into perspective and you see just how much Depp ended up losing because of Heard, the amount was actually justified to an extent. Heard could not support her charges against Depp, unfortunately for her, and she knew her claims of abuse were false when she published her 2018 essay. The jury unanimously ruled. Back when she was drafting her op-ed, the jury decided that Heard was behaving with genuine malice and the intention to knowingly harm Depp's acting career. She probably knew full well that this kind of damage would be largely irreparable. In his defamation claim, a jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensation and $5 million in punitive damages to rectify the situation. Heard countersued for $100 million, claiming that she only ever used violence against Depp in self-defense or to protect her younger sister at the time. Heard's countersuit focused on 3 statements made to the Daily Mail in 2020 by Depp's former attorney Adam Waldman, in which he called Heard's allegations of abuse a silly hoax. Next, we have revelations of all sorts. Amidst the drama and abuse comes some stark revelations about Heard that left plenty of people shaken, and as we mentioned earlier, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, was involved. Heard's romance with Musk began after her 15-month marriage to Depp ended back in 2016. Heard secured a temporary restraining order against Depp shortly after filing for divorce, which she claimed was because of his mistreatment towards her under the influence of narcotics and alcohol. This was Heard's first attempt at painting Depp as a villainous character to get the world to despise him initially. After being seen spending time together, Heard and Musk kept their relationship quiet at the time. After going public with their love in 2017, the couple split up for a short time before reuniting once more. An insider told news sources such as US Weekly in the February of 2018 that Heard and Musk had broken up for good. Apparently, it was because Heard wanted her independence and would rather be friends with the billionaire than romantically involved. Elon himself also decided that it was in fact time to sever things, to which Amber agreed. The source explained that the two did care about each other, but the moment wasn't the best one for them to go through with it. And now for some statements to clarify. The couple had come out with a joint statement to clarify any misconceptions and dispel any judgment that was being thrown towards their characters. They emphasized directly that they had nothing but the utmost respect for one another as individuals, and it'd be quite worrisome if anyone else in the public had the impression that they believed any differently. The joint statement went on to add that it's also equally important to remember that it's a high-profile relationship as this one. Incidents are always emphasized and dramatized, whether the individuals involved like it or not, which they certainly did. After Musk was outed as a sort of homewrecker for being involved with the actress while she was still married, he clarified that Amber and him only started dating approximately a month after the divorce, and that during her marriage he was never close to her. In addition to putting an end to rumors about his personal life, he claimed he tried to counsel the two fighting actors at the same time. On top of his defense, he stated that he would propose to everyone involved in the litigation to bury the hatchet and move on finally. For him, this was because life is too short for this level of prolonged negativity. Elon Musk had finally weighed in on his ex-Amber Heard's defamation trial with Johnny Depp as jurors initially began deliberating claims from both actors. He said that he hoped the two would both be able to move on from this ordeal and their past. To give them each their due credit, Musk added that at their best, they are each incredible in their own right. He was simply reacting to a tweet somebody made about the trial that had a witty sense of humor. The tweet was officially something like this. It highlighted the takeaways of the trial and listed them down. The drug-like hold that fame has over some people, how even reputable professionals like psychiatrists and lawyers can possess all kinds of skill levels. Now lying to millions of people on live television is something people can be capable of. The messiness of love when you're with the wrong person, and of course the tweet had to make a reference to the mega pint of wine. We're not sure what prompted the billionaire to reply to this particular tweet. We're glad to have gotten his take on the matter considering how often he was brought up in the conversation throughout the trial's timeline. Next in other news, PR expert offers insights. After securing a huge victory in the Amber Heard defamation lawsuit, a public relations expert offered some insight into Johnny Depp's future. Fred Cook, who's the head of the University of Southern California's Center of Public Relations, gave a comment on Depp's failure in Hollywood. He stated that he had an all-around better team backing him in a lot of different respects. According to Cook, this could make a big difference for Depp in winning back his career. Amber, on the other hand, was compelled to fire her public relations firm once the negative publicity became excessive and too much to bear. Since after all, some would argue that she's the most hated woman in the world at this time. And now Depp doesn't party. Soon after, it was revealed that he had won his multi-million-dollar defamation battle against his ex-wife Amber Heard, Hollywood actor Johnny Depp was photographed sipping drinks in a pub all the way in Newcastle, UK. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor was reported to be celebrating his victory over Heard in excitement just after the verdict was announced. We fully understand why he must have felt that way, considering he had officially won his life back. Sources close to the star, on the other hand, have refuted these reports and informed the Washington Post that Depp wasn't hosting any kind of lavish party before the Virginia jury revealed this decision in his defamation trial. The sources inherently rejected a report that suggested he was partying at the bar in the first place, so there's much confusion going about and sources are denying what eyewitnesses saw. But why is this even a problem? Well, the case painted Depp in a pretty negative light in the first place, as a man with a drinking problem. For him to be anywhere near the pub may have been detrimental to his image. Finally, Nate Burleson's welcome advice. During her appearance on the CBS Morning Show on Thursday, June 2nd, Amber Heard's trial lawyer Elaine Breedhoff received a harsh response from co-host Nate Burleson. Breedhoff disclosed on the broadcast that the actress intends to appeal the judgment in her infamous defamation dispute with ex-husband Johnny Depp. Burleson's remark came after Breedhoff outlined the claimed reason for Depp's favorable decision in the trial. The former NFL player turned television broadcaster offered experience regarding his own career in American football during the episode. He tried to pose a philosophical question to Heard's lawyer that when things don't go one's way, it's a great opportunity to take a step back and look in the mirror. However, despite being granted such welcome and pleasant advice, Heard's lawyer went on the defensive and still tried to vouch for her client in unspeakably desperate ways, even though she wasn't in the courtroom. She gave terrible examples of threats she received from some people who had gone as far as to claim they would try and microwave her baby. What Heard's lawyer failed to explain in this discussion exactly was what was the point she was even trying to make. That's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.